Members of the public stream into the polling stations. Politicians are also exercising their right to vote. In East London, ANC provincial chair Oscar Mabuyane is casting his vote at the Buffalo City campus. Aviwe Mtila joins us now live for the latest. Aviwe, thanks so much for joining us as always. You are with Oscar Mabuyane, and tell us what's going on there.
Well, any time now, he's about to cast that vote as he whips out his ID document this very moment, about to hand it over to one of the officers. I'm going to try get a quick word with him. Premier, just a quick one. Thank you for joining us at eNCA. Not to disturb you, I apologize about this, but obviously your vote is not a secret, but are you confident that people will be coming out to vote for the African National Congress?
Yes. No, definitely. People will be coming out to vote, and people have been voting. The African National Congress, always in the local government elections, we have a challenge of a low voter turnout, which we are trying to work on. We have tried to go all out to mobilize our people. From where we are, looking at the mobilization program we had, we are quite optimistic that our people are going to come out. You definitely need the majority of our people going out. If you've got about 26 million registered people in South Africa, and we would want to see such number going out for you to have a government of the people, for the people, by the people.
Going into the metros, Premier, you've got two metros in the Eastern Cape. You won an outright majority in Buffalo City, but of course 31 councils have already went out independently from the African National Congress. How confident are you that you'll retain these two metros?
Even in 2016, we had a high number of independents. Surely there are some opportunists even within the organization. When processes have not allowed them, they would always do that. People believe that ANC is meant for some selected privileged few. ANC has never been like that. It is an organization of the masses. When masses decide, ANC took a conscious decision as part of us pursuing our transformation agenda of this country, taking our organization right to where it belongs, to our masses of the people. So if our people decide that they want this councillor, that must be respected. That will of the people must be respected. So we actually believe that we're going to get it right as usual, and we dropped here by 10% in 2016 because of the same internal intra-dynamics, and even now, but we have worked very hard to retain our majority in this particular metro. We're looking for that in Nelson Mandela Bay. I'm going there from here, just a part of our really last push to the line. We believe we have increased from 2017, from where we were in 2016, by 2 percentage points. I think we are going to also go up. We are looking at just 50+1. We just need to be comfortable with majority to be in control of Nelson Mandela. So we are working very hard, redoubling our effort, and we believe that our people will go out. Yes, there were a lot of factors that contributed in 2016. Internal issues, but also the weather was bad in 2016 on that day. But now we've prepared ourselves, we've made transport available, we're going to make sure that all our people are taken to the voting station. People must vote. This vote is not just fashionable. Many people paid the ultimate price. Many families lost their daughters and their sisters who sacrificed for this actually right to the universal suffrage. So we are appealing to everyone to go out and vote.
Premier, quickly, we can't shy away from the cloud of controversy and corruption that has been marred around the ANC. You yourself just last week went to stop the remedial actions of the public protector, among other corruption controversies in the Eastern Cape. Why then should people still continue to vote for the ANC, for example?
When we work hard, there will be such kind of incidences that will always be sometimes part of the malice that is happening out there. But I won't comment on this one. It is in court, as you have said, and we're dealing it with court. I'm here to vote now, and I believe that voting today is important. Today is a public holiday for everyone to come out and vote. All other issues will be dealt with. ANC is a big organization. The work that ANC has done in this country to transform this country since 1994, no one can deny that. People have seen it. That's why our people will always go out. In rural areas, people have never had water, never had electricity, never had roads where they have ambulances coming inside and fetch them when they are sick. They've never had housing. They've got almost all those issues. Not everyone has it. We are working hard to really address such kind of social challenges that we have. We are coming from the low base. We are getting somewhere every year, every day. We are working hard to change the situation. That's why our people are seeing it, those real voters, because they know that their lives have been changed by the ANC.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to let the Premier go for his vote now. Premier Oscar Mabuyane of the African National Congress, chairperson in the Eastern Cape, about to cast his vote at the BCC, urging people to go and vote for the ANC. But of course, there are those clouds of controversy that have been surrounding the ANC of late. Him himself, just last week, went to stop the remedial actions of the public protector, which pinpointed him in criminal activity. But he says those remedial actions were stopped. Doesn't want to give much comment on it now, but urges people to go and vote for the ANC. But there's still a lot of uncertainty, especially when it comes to the big metros, the Buffalo City Metro, as well as the Nelson Mandela Metro, which they lost in 2016, and at unprecedented times where we saw coalition government. Back in Buffalo City, there are at least 31 independent candidates, councillors from the ANC that have now went independently. Of course, concerns around that, but still urging people to continue to vote.
Aviwe, before I let you go, Oscar Mabuyane saying they're hoping for 50% plus one in the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro. That's tight.
That's the outright majority that they'd be hoping for. You'd remember that last year, I beg your pardon, back in 2016 at the local government elections, they lost that metro, one of the many metros that they lost across the country to coalition government. They only retained, in fact, the Buffalo City Metro that we're in now, the Mangaung and eThekwini Metro, only 3 metros that the African National Congress retained across the country. I remember even when they launched the election manifesto earlier on in the month, President Cyril Ramaphosa saying that they also want to retain the Tshwane Metro, some of the metros that they want now to retain with that 50+1 majority in order to have an outright rule of these metros. So they'll be adamant, as you mentioned, they're bussing in people. You heard the Premier there saying that they're bussing in people, bussing in voters, mentioning the weather that played a factor back in 2016. The skies are clear today, so they'd be hoping to get that 50+1 majority, but the voters on the ground quite disgruntled at all of these controversies that have been marring the governing African National Congress.
All right, Aviwe Mtila in the Eastern Cape for us for the duration of today until 9 o'clock. We'll be crossing to you back and forth. Thanks so much for being on the ground for us.